Friday morning conversation with
Thomas Rhett.
Good. Thomas, Rhett, and Amy having a conversation before we get started. The pre-Friday morning conversation.
I could hear it, and he's like, "Hey, how are you?" I'm like,
good. What's happening? You good?
I'm good, man.
What do you feel like it's starting to pick up a little bit for you? Like, are you starting to get the band back together and play a little bit?
Yeah, we are. We've been rehearsing the last couple of days, and this is the first time I've seen any of them since October. So it's been nice just to get to play music with the band and get to do a couple things this week.
What's coming up for you?
ACM Awards, playing the iHeart Festival, which is going to be super fun, and couple of things here and there, but those two for sure is what we're rehearsing for.
All right. Thomas Rhett is here with us. You know, I remember it's probably been a few months. Man, I don't know. Time's just weird now. So I may be wrong on my time. When Be a Light came out, and I said, hey, someone came to me and said, hey, TR's putting the song out, and it's really great. It's not a radio single.
Yeah.
He's just putting it out because he just loves the message.
Yeah.
And so we played it on the show a bunch that morning, but then it caught.
Yeah.
And where you had two songs, you had the one with John Party.
Yeah.
The beer
Can't Fix.
Beer
yeah.
Can't Fix. And this one kind of running one after the other accidentally, right? Am I right on that?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I wrote the song on the road last year under a completely different set of circumstances. Just wanted to kind of get a message out there about kindness. And when all this stuff started to happen, I think it was February, and I knew that everything was going to kind of shut down. I called George and Scott over at the label, and I was like, hey, man, I'm turning 30 in March. My birthday's been canceled because we can't go anywhere. Can we just put out a song on my birthday? And this song seemed to be one of those ones that I felt like people could use in their life, you know, just a little bit of encouragement during such a strange time. And on the other end of that, we wanted to, all of us songwriters and the label are giving our royalties to Music Cares to help all of our, for my band, for everybody's bands in Nashville, for bands, you know, all across the country. And so basically, man, it took on a life of its own, and never in a million years I think this would be a single. I just wanted to put it out. It kind of started to catch on, and it's just been amazing to watch the reaction from people, you know, across the country and the world, just kind of how this song hit them. So it's been pretty awesome.
Keith Urban's on it, Reba's on it, Hillary Scott, Chris Tomlin.
Yeah.
Why those why those four? I know why, because they're all fantastic, but why did you choose them individually?
Well, at first I thought maybe I'll just do this by myself, but then as we started to kind of record the song, I was like, man, I feel like it's a great message coming from me, but I feel like, you know, how much more powerful could the message be coming from, for sure, my heroes and people that a lot of our fans love. I've also always wanted to do a song with Reba. That was a long shot. Reached out
when
to her.
She said yes. Were you like, holy crap?
Yeah, I mean, freaking out. I mean, bucket list moment to do a song with Reba, for sure. And I've gotten to know Chris Tomlin a lot over the last couple of years. I've been a part of his new record that just came out, and then I've known Hillary for forever. And then Keith came on and sang the song and played the whole guitar solo. And so these people are all people that I've wanted to work with for a long time, and it felt like all of our views kind of aligned with this song, and I felt like they could just make it that much cooler and that much bigger. So it was really cool to record a song with all four of them.
The nerd music question is, did you record it all yourself first, and then you slowly pulled you out in places and put them in?
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, we have it. There's definitely a version with just my voice on it. And so that was hard, dude. It's hard getting in the studio and trying to figure out how to put four people on a track and give all of them enough time for you to be able to kind of realize who's singing the next part. So we had about 16 different edits flying around, but we finally landed on this one. So
Thomas Rhett's here. I know you have your guitar.
Yeah.
What is that, like a seafoam green?
It is. And I didn't know that this was a guitar I was playing, and I wore the same color shirt as my guitar.
It's like a green screen. We see nothing.
Yeah.
It's nothing. So if you don't mind, I mean, I haven't heard you play this song live ever.
Cool.
Here's
I
Thomas
don't think
Rhett.
I have either.
Here is Be a Light.
Here we go.
Being a little bit humble here, you gave up a bunch of money. I mean, you wrote the song. And listen, you got a number one song that's worth about $1 million overall.
For sure.
And money ain't going to you. You decided to give that up.
Yeah, for sure. And so did all the other writers as well, man. I mean, we were all kind of aligned on this. And so, I mean, honestly, any time you listen to it or download it or whatever, it's directly helping all of our band and crew families. So
all proceeds benefiting the recording, the Academy Music Cares, and you know they've done a lot for a bunch of my friends in town too.
For sure.
Well, man, that's good. Hey, on a lighter note, what song do you play to your kids, or what song of yours do your kids get stuck in their head the most?
We listen to Crash and Burn to the point of I can't stand the song anymore. I mean, it's like on the way to school. It's on the way home from school. That's like the only song they request of mine. And they're pretty quick to tell me when they don't like a song, too. So,
But they like your music, though, generally.
they do. That's kind of all they want to listen to.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What else? What's secondary, though, to you?
James Brown.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that because you played it a lot and now they've...
I think so. I mean, me as a kid, when you listen to what your dad or your mom plays, it kind of becomes a part of your story. And so, I mean, we have dance parties in the gym all the time, and it's mostly my music, but we'll put on some Bruno or some James Brown every now and then and rock together. So,
is there a song in your set list that when you're playing a live show that's the easiest for you to sing, regardless if you're sick or not? You're like, this one's right in, no problem. What's the easiest song for you to sing?
The easiest song for me to sing, what is that? Probably, I think 16 is a really easy song for me to sing.
Is it because
it's not too rangy and it's just kind of a straightforward kind of singer-songwriter type song, but I would say that's the easiest. Most of my songs are hard to sing.
Well, that's why I was
Crash and
asking.
Burn is miserable to sing.
Yeah.
I mean, we had to drop it a little bit in the show.
Wait, so why do you do that to yourself?
I don't know, because I think when you're in the
Sick.
studio, you have your producers going, come on, man, we can go up a little bit higher.
No.
And then you record it, and you're like, I cannot do this on a Saturday. There's no chance.
Amy hosted your wife's virtual book
She
launch.
did, yeah.
And she was kind of telling me some stories from it. And is there anything in her book that came out that you're like, dang it, on second thought, I wish I would have put that in
Yeah,
there.
there's a few parts, honestly. I would say reading the book, I mean, I laughed a lot. I cried a little bit. And there was a couple parts where I wish that I wouldn't have been made out to look like such a jerk. But there were certain parts in our marriage for sure that I was a little bit jerky, if you will, especially through the adoption. Not that any of this was really my fault, but when Lauren was in Uganda, I was still, and she told you all this, but I'm back in Nashville and I'm playing shows. And I remember there was one night where she called me, and it was the second night of our Nashville dates, and literally every one of our best friends, Lauren's friends, my friends, were at the show, and Lauren called me because it was like 9 o'clock in the morning in Uganda, and all my friends were on the bus, and we're all hanging out and having a good time, and she hears all of her friends in the background. Meanwhile, Lauren is 7 months pregnant, throwing up in a bathroom in Uganda. And so at that moment, that's when Lauren was like, we are living two complete separate lives right now, and so that was a really humbling experience for me, just kind of knowing what she was dealing with over there, just the sense of aloneness, while I'm kind of living life as usual, back in the States. And so that part was really hard for us, for sure, kind of getting over that and going through some therapy, especially over that one night. But coming on the other side of that, man, I feel like I learned so much from that experience, and it just made me know that in a marriage you do have to just figure stuff out, and you have to talk about it, and you got to be real about it, and got to be honest about it. And so, hopefully there's somebody else in the world that's reading that chapter going, man, I feel like I've been in that same position, and if they can work it out, we can work it out too. So.
Maybe a little bit, not that their husband's like a superstar
Well, no,
and they're in Uganda, but that they're
I do
not
think
alone.
yeah.
I think that's important, is that she was willing, or both of you, I mean, you willing to let y'all share that part with other
For
people.
sure, yeah.
Helps them not feel alone when they're feeling lonely. Maybe it is that they're pregnant and at home, and the husband's still just continuing on with his life as usual when
sure.
they're sick, or they're at home with the kids and the husband's just doing his work dinners and this and that.
Exactly.
That it can get lonely, but
Yeah.
that you can come out on the other
Yes,
side.
you can, for sure. Living testimony of that.
Live and Love. That is Lauren's book if you want to check it out.
Yeah.
Do you get any writing credit on that book?
No.
No forward, no.
No, she didn't ask me to do the forward.
Nothing like that.
Oh, she does have to say in the beginning that Thomas Rhett is Thomas Rhett's name. That's not her being kind of
Yeah.
Well, people think it's
fancy.
formal.
Yes.
Well, it's so funny what people think all of our names are. I mean, there's still certain people that think Lauren's name is Laura. And so they'll yell Laura at concerts or whatever. And then people think our last name is Atkins and it's Akins. And they think Willa's name is Willow Grace. And they think Ada's name is Ava Jane. And so it's just like, read the book
right.
and yeah.
But she had to dedicate a thing in the beginning to like, hey guys, I'm not being, I don't know,
I don't call him by his first and last
pretentious
name.
or trying
Yeah,
to
for
be
sure.
like, I'm married to Thomas Rhett.
Right.
Like that's his name.
Yeah.
All right, Centerpoint Road Tour has been rescheduled to kick off in June of 2021.
Yeah.
How you feel about that?
Can't wait. Cannot wait.
Boy, me too. I can't wait till we get something that feels like we're moving
Feels
in the
normal?
normal
I know,
direction.
man.
I don't
I
even
know.
need to feel all the way normal.
Yeah.
I just need to see. progress.
For sure. I mean, this is the longest I will have not played a show in like almost 10 years, and it's very, very strange.
That you're nominated for ACM Entertainer of the Year.
Yeah.
I couldn't be happier for you
Thank you, man.
to be in that upper echelon. I was with you whenever you won Male Artist in Vegas. And I was super pumped for you then, and I'm so excited to see you up in that level because you deserve to be there. And I feel like, this is just my editorial here, that because you do things differently, sometimes you get left out of things.
Yeah.
And I think what got you here is also what's keeping people from going, we should include it. So to see you actually included in the biggest and most deserving category for you, to me, I love.
Thank you, man.
I'm going to cry.
I appreciate that. No, we've been working so hard. I mean, every year we get into rehearsals, and that is the goal, for that nomination. So it feels really good. And thank you. Thanks for being a supporter. I appreciate it.
Till you leave. And then I'm like, all right, who's next? Man. No, I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding. All right, there he is, Thomas Rhett. I'll mention one more time. Every time you download or you stream Be a Light, that, Ray, if you don't mind playing the clip underneath me here, that music will go toward the Music Cares Foundation to help a lot of the crews, the bands, the artists, etc., who aren't making any money right now. And Thomas Rhett gave up all of his money for writing this song and performing this song to make sure that they can afford their mortgage and groceries. And so just love you coming in. I always love to see you.
Likewise,
Great
man.
to see you, my friend.
Thank
There he
y'all
is.
for having me.
Thomas Rhett, everybody.
Appreciate it.